Alright, staying on our track about judgment, right? You know, I made a long video, and I know it's long, but you know, some of that stuff is, and I'm not the best presenter, I understand that, especially at this way I'm able to do my videos at this particular time. But you know, I'm working on some stuff, trying to just I don't even got all my equipment, so half my stuff ain't working right to be able to, anyways. But anyways, thanks for checking it out. Let's talk about the Civil War, right? And I mean, we'll be serious for a minute. You know, we won't focus on the fact that they got the cannons pointed right at me, right? Let's talk about the real, let's be serious here. The judgments that are coming, you know, very possibly, I hope a lot of people, you know, hopefully I am wrong, right? But I don't know, you know. Hopefully you're bracing for a major earthquake, right? Especially the closer you get to the Mississippi River, down, you know, whatever. But the middle of America, you know, whatever. But what else? You know, we got the bad storms breaking out right in them areas, and we know that these people have been messing with the weather, and you know, so we got several different things. But let's talk about one mark of the judgment. Eagles Pass, Texas, you know, perhaps, right? Or you know, or if we're still, you know, on track, take a look at Nineveh. What happened, right? Earthquake, Civil War, and then hit by their enemies, right? And that's probably what we're looking at. And but no doubt they are focusing on, so we'll talk about another time later about maybe the earthquake, and you know, that's how we'll break this up. And then another time later maybe about the getting ramsacked by our enemies, right? First, and maybe these both might happen at the same time, or it's our enemies that are gonna, you know, whatever. They are working on Civil War. Let's talk about that today. I'm gonna share a clip from let me share a clip with you from Dahboo7. I'll leave a link to his videos if you never heard him, or most likely you've heard of a lot of the people I talk about on here, or share. You've heard of them before me, maybe not though. But you know, so I'm gonna share a little clip, even though this guy chose to quit following me on Twitter. Like, I mean, I'm not sure what that was about. Not cool, dude, right? But we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you a little clip from him.
Dahboo7 here, checking back in with you, and I'd say that it's just about game time here. I suggest that people take this stuff serious. We've talked about what could potentially happen here for a lot of years, but it looks like some critical stuff's going down. If you don't know, we have an incident that just took place outside of Fort Liberty, former Fort Bragg in North Carolina, where we have 2 illegal migrants that were spying on a Special Forces colonel, snapping photos of his family and his kids, and he caught them. There was a confrontation. He shot and killed one of them. And this is a big deal because other colonels, other people are going on like Fox News, and they're saying that this is a huge threat. They're in here, they're spying on our top level generals at their homes here in this country, and now they've been engaged. They go on to say that here in this country, these illegal migrants are showing up at our military facilities 2 to 3 times a week. A week. That brazen. Well, everyone's just ignoring it, right? 2 or 3 times a week they're showing up at our military bases, and they're getting turned away. Now, the ones that are showing up at the bases are showing up acting like they're trying to document for some kind of whatever excuse they give. They do have passports, the ones that show up there, and they seem to be the forward unit of this invasion. Of course, we know there's millions in here at this point. They are also stating that they are rolling up on our bases with drones 2 to 3 times a week. Incursions. So our bases are getting infiltrated by drones, and these dudes are rolling up on them in packs, and they're rolling up on our colonels at their homes, spying on them. Hello? How much more are people waiting for? What are you waiting for? Them to show up at your house?
And then also, at some point, I'm going to show this clip from, I always knew him as Richie from Boston, but I guess he, now it's his new channel, or the channel he's been on now is Jailbreak Overlander. I'll leave a link to that also. And I'm going to show a little clip from him. And I was going to talk about in a different video a while back, probably a couple months ago now, right? It was a while back. I was going to be just, before the whole eclipse stuff happened, I was going to talk about this subject. And I was going to share this clip from Jailbreak Overlander about what he kept talking about. And I didn't get to it. And then yesterday I seen this clip from the one I shared from Dabu 7, and it reminded me about this, and because the signs have been there, and it's more now, they're blatantly, and it's coming out that they know that it's all fact, right? And we can all say all day long that, oh, well, this group is behind this, and this people are behind this and that, they're the ones causing it, they're the ones doing it. Let's be clear that it is all judgments from God. The prep, shout out to all the prepper channels and stuff, but prep item number 1, you better have your heart right with God. This is it cannot be more true than this. Your prepping is in vain and means nothing if your heart is not right with God, because these judgments, whether we see it or not, it's still judgments. And one way it's the devil coming after the good, but on the other way, the judgments are coming upon this nation. We deserve what's happening, because all the point is, they are bringing us a civil war. It's part, and, so to me, it's kind of clear that you could see that we could be, those, the things I talked about in my one video where they want to say, compare us to Nineveh. Well, we can, this, how much alike Nineveh are we going to be, right? Because I'm not seeing a huge real repentance going on, right? I see a lot of people that think they're saved, and maybe they are, maybe they ain't, right? I see a lot of people that think, oh, there might be some truth to this, but it's not as bad as he's saying. I got time, right? And then the people that just don't want to believe at all. And then you got the people that God is talking to and they're ignoring him. He's nudging them, saying, no, you're, whatever, but they're ignoring him. And they're going to do it and ignore all of this until he just gives them in to their sin, and then they're going to be part of the judgment. You're going to receive the judgment. Whatever. It's coming. And part of that is the civil war that they are, in fact, and I've said that before, the powers that hide, are the ones controlling shit behind the scenes. They need to take America down. And God's going to allow it because we've stepped away from him, and but part of that is civil war. Civil war's coming, and this kind of stuff, whatever, spread the word, like, share, and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, liking the video helps the algorithms, and helps me, whatever. And I mean, I'm not the best presenter, sure. I'm not, don't maybe got the best videos out right now, but I have information you need to consider, and we need to share it as much as possible. And, and anyone that's helped sharing this stuff, anyone that's bringing this stuff to light, I'm going to share their information. Whether we agree with everything that each other says or not, there is one main fact happening here. And one is, I stepped in, my whole thing is focused on America, period. But I stepped in kind of through the auditor thing, doing that because of what they were doing to me. And, but, it's way more than that. But no matter what we're being a part of, we're sharing the truth and sharing the wisdom and trying to save each other, right, from all the bull crap. And, so you might not agree with everything I say, but if you agree with some of it, share that stuff, right? For real. And that's all I'm doing it for. I'm getting nothing out of it, right? And but the point is, they need to bring us to civil war, and they've already been nailing in the lid on the coffin. It's already been happening for several years now, for quite some time now. They've been taking away our rights, eroding away our rights, to the point, like, if you look at what's going on in my stuff, to the point that they're just, whatever, sure, we did it, we don't care, right? They're just, and it's like, they're not trying to hide what they're doing or that they're behind it. They just want to pretend that they're denying it, that, whatever. It's all a play. They want you to know that they're the ones in control, and they're the, whatever. You're under their thumb, whatever. But they need to bring America down. And civil war's coming. That's what Eagles Pass. They've been coming in, right? And one of my things about that is, if I refer back on my situation once again, right? And one of the things I was going to talk about when I first learned about this months ago, started seeing what was going on, quite some time now, what's going on. I've said a long time ago on my website, I held to this thing, and I think one time Ron Paul might have said something about it back in the day, right? But they were fighting for the wall long before Trump came along, and that's what people don't realize. Trump jumped in on that glory, like he always does, and that, jumps in and takes the, whatever, and makes it all sound good. But the truth is that they they were talking about that wall before, and my thing was that we don't necessarily want a wall, because it's going to be used to keep us in, not to keep things out. And that's exactly what it's become. I guarantee you, if you try to cross that wall illegally out, you'll be in some big trouble. I guarantee it. You'll get caught and you'll be in some big trouble. Coming in, they even catch them and then what? And release, right? So, and the type, not all of them coming through. I get that. Not all of them come through are bad, but, we are being infiltrated. And the traitors in our own government is helping orchestrate it. And it's happening. And once that happens, we're also probably going to get hit by our enemies from the outside. It's all been years in the making, and now it's about to unfold. And their goal is to happen this year as soon as they can. And the truth is, if you see it, they've been trying to tip us into it for a while. You don't take the bait. They try to use this, January 6th thing, and, as if there wasn't, all this stuff that they welcomed them right in, and then said, "Oh, come on right in," and then, "Oh, how dare you try to overtake the government," right? And then they hold all these people, bust them for crimes, even though they're letting everyone else get away with crimes, right? They're trying to tip us into civil war, and we haven't been taking the bait like they wanted. Trust me, they're not going to quit till it happens. And so now they flooded us with people that will act. People that are not true citizens of this country. People that have their heart and soul is not here. Their heart and soul belongs to a country that we've caused problems for. We need to open our eyes and see this. It's coming. And one of those judgments is civil war. because our traitor bastards that are treasonous assholes that are running the show, running the things, are taking us right into it.
All across the United States. We were also getting video of migrants who were just walking out onto the streets of Atlanta.
And who's guarding the door?
So there was a U.S. Army soldier there at the door, the guy who says, "You're done." He is a United States soldier. We still not sure exactly what his role was there, but he was sitting right next to the door and basically assaulted me in order to take the phone and try, to get rid of the footage.
So for those that don't understand, my last few videos have been a departure from my normal video content because the crisis that's breaking out in America right now is unignorable. You can't just turn your head and act like everything's fine. If you've got a platform, you've got to try to reach out to people and show them what's really going on in America right now. And in this video, I'm going to show you what all of this is about. Trump, Abbott, Biden, the borders, the illegals, everything. And a lot of people aren't going to like what they hear, but it is what it is. So here we go.
Porque todo es casi gratis aquí, ¿cierto? Gracias a Joe Biden.
Gracias al presidente.
Gracias al presidente, así es. Un buen presidente, tiene buen corazón.
With millions of migrants coming to America, many migrants are being moved to the city of Denver, Colorado. The surprise influx of migrants has put the city into a crisis, having racked up over $10 million in unpaid medical bills, and the city is projected to spend over $160 million to support migrants in the coming year. Migrants are receiving more benefits than American homeless citizens.
So I'm left out here to just fend for myself.
¿Cuánto tiempo llevan ahí en el hotel?
2 meses.
And all of these migrants love this one guy.
Él es el que nos está ayudando por Baire.
We are here in Denver, Colorado, and right behind me are hotels that are being used to house illegal immigrants, and we have talked to a few, and they're getting months worth of free rent here. Bricker T, what's going on here?
In Denver, Colorado, we've learned that the population is 700,000. 40,000 migrants are living right here in Denver.
¿Cuánto tiempo llevan aquí?
Yo por lo menos llegué el 18 de diciembre.
¿Pero han podido quedarse aquí en este hotel aquí?
Aquí en el Comfort.
¿Y por cuánto tiempo pueden quedarse?
Hasta el 13 de marzo nos están dando.
3 meses, básicamente. ¿Y le dan desayuno?
Nos dan solamente el desayuno y la cena. No nos dan almuerzo ni nada. Y los niños por lo menos no les gusta la comida. A mi hijo no le gusta la comida.
Yeah, I mean, just look at this place. It's literally just like everyone just hanging out. They got cars. ¿Y este es su auto aquí?
Sí, ese es mi auto.
¿Y cómo podrían conseguir un auto?
¿Cómo podríamos conseguir? Pues la verdad, con mucho esfuerzo hemos reunido para poder comprarnos el auto.
¿Y con papeles?
No, porque nosotros acá, el emigrante, pues somos como que un poco complicados con los papeles y esas cosas.
¿Pero pueden manejar sin papeles, sin licencia?
Sí, pues siempre y cuando con precaución, porque es que si no se maneja bien, pues tenemos problemas con la autoridad.
No license, no problem, they're able to get.
Here's some new video that we have just gotten in of what's happening there on the ground. This is the aftermath of one of the strikes. The U.S. hit, we understand, 85 targets. You can actually see this in the air. You can see the strikes on the ground from this video here. And you can hear it as well as those on those impacts. The U.S. hitting Iranian-backed militants who were responsible for the drone attack in which 3 American soldiers were killed and dozens more were injured in Jordan.
Where are you from? Iran. Iran? 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 Okay. Like you can see, there's BP over there on their way to pick up more people. And the situation is developing out here. Be sure to keep it locked.
Camera showing a group of people punching and kicking 2 NYPD officers in Times Square over the weekend.
Now, law enforcement officials say that these men were migrants. These are supposed asylum seekers. And police say
the border crisis beyond our own border.
Yeah, cities like New York and Chicago are running out of resources with the number of people that are arriving there, and migrants are now looking at other cities that could potentially help.
One of them is Detroit, Michigan, where KGUN 9's Adam Klepp reports from outside a city shelter running out of room.
New York's migrant crisis is now hurting the bank accounts of city workers that people rely on most.
Well, questions being raised tonight about a new pilot program that'll give migrant families a reloadable prepaid credit card to buy food and baby supplies.
All right, it would replace the food boxes given to asylum seekers staying in hotels.
Live fucking here. And I've been here my whole fucking because I came down.
Because I can yell. Because I can yell. And I'm fucking angry. That's why. I hear you. I do hear you. So why can't I get in the fucking building? Can't get in right now. No one can. Why? Where's the mayor at? Y'all, this fucking town's a fucking sham, yo. It's all about fucking money. It's a fucking money grab. Y'all give a fuck about the motherfuckers that was born and fucking raised here. I'm fucking homeless. I work a full-time job, 40 hours, and can't pay to live here. How the fuck are y'all gonna bring somebody else here?
Wrap your head, if we could, around $9.8 million a day for people who have crossed the border illegally. This is illegal. They did not come in the right way. These are illegal immigrants coming in that we, the hardworking people of this state, no matter where you come from, you're here legally. You're footing the bill. This is wrong.
It's absolutely wrong. These people they're allowed to fly illegally with no ID. When's the last time you got on an airplane? Did you enjoy going through TSA? These people can drive illegally with no driver's license. I've gone to jail for that. I literally did time for driving without a license because I did it so many times when I was a youth. It happens. These people are being housed in hotels all over the United States. They're being catered to left and right, and they're still complaining about the taste of the food. Their son doesn't like the free food that you're paying for. Well, here's the deal. This isn't just a crisis. This isn't an influx of migrants. This is an invasion of illegals in the tens of millions. And I'm sad to say that voting isn't going to help. Donald Trump will never become president because there will be an event, something that'll keep Biden in office and allow this flood to continue. And let me explain to you who's behind it and why I showed that Governor Abbott is part of the World Economic Forum. So as you can see, the World Economic Forum has had a plan the entire time. But you need to understand, all the governors, everybody that's in power, everybody that someone thinks is going to fix things, belong to the World Economic Forum, which belong to the one world government that they're trying to foist. In order to do that, they have to destabilize every single country, every single neighborhood, every place. And this is exactly how they're doing it, right in front of everybody's eyes. I don't know how they miss it.
You know, the burden of Nineveh. God is jealous and the Lord revenges. The Lord revenges and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. He rebuketh the sea and maketh it dry. He drieth up all the rivers. Bashan languished, and Carmel, and the flower of Lebanon languished. The mountains quake at him, and the hills melt, and the earth is burned at his presence. Yeah, the world and all that dwell therein. Who can stand before his indignation? And who can abide in the fierceness of his anger? His fury is poured out like fire, and the rocks are thrown down by him. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him. But with an overrunning flood, he will make an utter end of the place thereof, and darkness shall pursue his enemies. Get ready, you guys. It's coming soon. They're not going to stop. The powers that be that take control over everything. you know. So, you know, that's what I'm getting at. When I take my own situation, they flooded us in with all these immigrants, right? Undocumented migrants, whatever you want to call them. I don't care. It's not like it bothers me. I don't care that they come in. I care that there's a threat coming in. That's what concerns me. I care that you're taking all this tax money and paying these people to live, right? That's what I care about when our government acted against me and took everything from me, everything that I worked hard for, everything that was mine, taking everything from me so that they can pay these people to come in who will be more than willing to kick off civil war in this country. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment, every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. Thanks for watching.